I want to go straight out to our very special guest, Mary Shiwi, the half-sister of Angela Steinfurth. Mary, thank you so much for joining us tonight exclusively. You just heard your half-sister's stepfather, okay, say that he knows, that Angela knows what happened to the little girl, but is afraid to say anything because she's been threatened. So my question to you is, when was the last time you spoke to Angela, and what is she telling you? What did she tell you about what happened?
I spoke to her the day before she went to jail, and she came to me and said that she was done talking, that she didn't have to answer to nobody. I overheard her saying stuff to other people that Elaina had a black eye, a broken nose, and a lump on her head. And I asked her how she got it. She said she wasn't sure. And I asked her why she didn't take her to the hospital. She said she don't know. This was before I knew anything about what she was saying in jail.
I mean, when she said, I don't know why I didn't take my daughter who has a broken nose and a black eye to the hospital, what did you say to her back?
I told her right away, when you've seen a black eye and blood coming out your child's nose, no matter what the situation is, you take that baby to the hospital.
Well, what was her reaction to that?
She didn't really have a reaction. She didn't really have much to say to me at all, because she knows how I feel about this whole situation.
Well, how do you feel about the whole situation?
I'm upset. It hurts me to think that my sister would ever hide something like this. It just don't seem like her. She's an innocent little baby. I just don't know why she didn't open up in the first place. It would have never led this far if she would have just opened up the very first day. Threatened or not threatened.
Well, did she tell you she was threatened at all? Did she express any fear?
No. She told my dad that on the phone when he spoke to her when she was in jail. She told my dad that she was threatened, that if she was to seek any kind of medical attention to Elaina, that she would be next, whatever that meant.
So, in other words, who was threatening her? That's the missing piece of the puzzle. I've heard something.
I'm hearing Stephen and one of his friends. I don't know if it's one of his friends or if it's a relative, but from what I'm hearing, it was Stephen and somebody else that was with him.
Well, I just wanted. We have the law enforcement on with us, Sergeant Joe Heffernan, and I want to stay with you, Mary, but I got to ask Sergeant Joe about this. Sergeant Joe, here's the family saying that she's threatened, and that's why she didn't take the baby to the hospital. And she's now pointing the finger at her ex-boyfriend. And again, the ex-boyfriend or his mom are invited on our show or their attorneys anytime. He's not considered a suspect right now, but what did he say?
All they got to say to that is, I know if my child was injured, threatened or not, I'm going to make sure that child gets proper medical attention. She obviously did not do that. That's why she's in jail right now for the child endangering. I think this is maybe a little bit of a red herring that's going on with this whole I was threatened.